Morning, everyone. Have a seat, please. It's quite lovely to be in the chapel there for a moment, hearing you warming up your voices, chatting to each other, and then just sensing the moment and finding that calm. So as you can see from the slides behind me, you're going to find out more about the IEA program. And some of you may know what that stands for. This is part of Ella Lefebvre's capstone project, and as you move through the grades here at QMS and you work yourself towards grade 11, grade 12, this concept of a capstone project will come onto your radar, and so you're probably going to delve into and dive into something that you're really passionate about. And Ella's certainly got a really strong interest in this area and would like to share more of what the IEA program is all about with you today. So let's welcome her up. Ella.
Hi everyone. For my capstone project, obviously Mr. Monroe mentioned that I am going to talk about IEA, and I wanted to talk about it more with the community and introduce it more because a lot of people who aren't in the equestrian see it on the Instagram, but they don't really understand what it is apart from it being an equestrian program. So this is going to be the introduction to it. So the IEA program is a equestrian competition for equitation, which is hunter jumpers and flat. We get to ride different horses, we get to compete against American teams, we get to travel like some of America to compete. And IEA basically stands for Interscholastic Equestrian Association. And grade 4 to 12 can participate in this program, which, so grade 4 would likely be in more of the flat work and the like more calm areas, and then up to grade 12, maybe like depending on your riding level, you'll be going to cross rails to 2'6". It is a very competitive program, so people like to really get into it and really like assess the horses and the competition and all that, so yeah. The people you can talk to about this is Angela Dobie. She is the head of the equestrian. You can also talk to Julia Speen-Balcom. She is the head coach for the QMS team. And then you can talk to Indiana about the IEA program. She is our coach for it. So I would recommend talking to her about it more. The coach's interview. So there's going to be an interview video after this slide Indiana's in, that is going to talk. She's going to talk about her experience with IEA and what her opinions are about it. She's a little background about her. She's been basically riding since a young age in hunter jumpers. She, after a while in her teenage years, she started to kind of visit just the dressage world, and she went international for it. And then she came back, started coaching at QMS, then got her IEA degree, like her IEA coaching thing for 2 years now, so yeah.
I've been coaching the IEA team for 2 years. The IEA program gives all of our riders a chance to be competitive and get competition skills in the off season, as well as offers our royal riders opportunity to be competitive without having their own horse or half leasing. One of the main challenges of being the IEA coach is arriving at a new venue where we do not know the horses and having to very quickly figure out what the horses' needs are, as well as having so many students riding back to back. It can feel quite tight on the day, but always super enjoyable. Another challenge is just ensuring that our riders get variety of horses to practice on at home, as many of the horses have different backgrounds at the horse shows. The biggest thing is that I've learned from teaching different students is every student needs something different on the day. So some are quite competitive and will want to just be quite internal. Others need a lot of support, as well as trying to provide opportunities for different types of growth here at the school.
So what we do on site, so we arrive on site. Some people, depending on what class you are, or if you're with Indiana as her being your chaperone, you would get at the site at 8 a.m. and then you would basically watch the horses getting warmed up, which means that the American teams will warm up the horses for us and get them ready and moving for us. And in this time, we kind of assess the horses and see what we can tell by the way they ride the horses, what the horse might need on the day for when we get on them, because we don't know what horse we get, so it's more of assessing every horse in case we get it. You have to basically think, oh, if I get that horse, what do I need to think about when I get on it? They're all really nice horses. Some of them are a little bit speedier than others and a little bit trickier, but it teaches you life skills with the horse riding industry. It also teaches you so many great patience, how to observe, and it's really fun. You get to interact with a lot of people asking them questions about the horses too. So I'm going to show a quick little video about what it looks like to be on the sidelines at IEA. So little videos of us jumping, photos of us basically with our ribbons and all of that. And on the first night, we have a meeting at 9 p.m. to assess how we felt during the day and see if there's anything that we want to change, and basically talk about the course that's going to be the next day and reflect on our riding and how we enjoyed it and other people's riding. So, and before I get started, I didn't do this on Tuesday, but shout out to Juliana, for getting champion at IEA. She is the first Canadian to get champion at IEA. So well done to her.
Choose us every time. We were California dreaming, our whole life fit in that car. Didn't have a bed to sleep in. We kept each other warm under a ceiling full of stars. These days, these nights, changing.
Thank you, Ella. That was terrific. So I hope, again, what she was trying to do was heighten your awareness of something that some of you might not have been quite aware of. A great initiative that's going on there. Cool. Yeah, thanks, Ella.
Thank you.
Mr. Monroe modeling participation, participating and facilitating Ella's not missing her appointment. Well done. Participation. I do, but really, because, why do I want to talk about this? Because whether you like it or not, you are the future leaders and tone setters of this school. You are. And so Mr. Monroe and his teams are going to be looking to you to help them continue the momentum that we have as a school and become an even better school, because you can always get better. It doesn't matter how good you are, you can always get better. So it's important that the future leaders and tone setters should be thinking about participation and about what sets a school apart, what makes a school particularly special. So I took part yesterday in it was about an hour-long recording podcast, visual podcast, that was set up at the request of someone who runs the agricultural, an organization which looks after the welfare of all people in Saskatchewan who are involved in agriculture. And of course, Saskatchewan, as you may know, is quite an agricultural province. And she's particularly interested in the wellness of the agricultural population because, believe it or not, the mental health of the agricultural and rural populations is a significant concern these days because for many reasons, mostly because of remoteness, they don't have access to the resources and the support that they might benefit from or they might need, right? So the reason she wanted this, because she'd heard about our Stigma-Free Club. Does anybody here know about our Stigma-Free Club? Yeah, a few of you? Is anybody involved in the Stigma-Free Club? Cool, excellent. That's what we want. That's what we want, as you'll hear in a second. So I had 3 grade 12s in with me, the two captains, Delphine and Oshie, and Angela as well, who's another grade 12. And I have to tell you people, I was absolutely moved by what our 3 grade 12s had to say about the Stigma-Free Club and how important it had been to them and how important they thought it was to the school and the world in general and the impact it's made on them and how important it was to them that it continue and what they were going to do. And Angela told a story about going back to China and going to her old high school and talking about stigma-free clubs and getting one going, which is remarkable. Paul Gamy, who graduated a year ago, 2 years ago? Yeah, probably 2 years ago, has taken his stigma-free club experience here and tried to get it going at UVic. And that's exactly what good leadership does. It tries to spread out and change the world in as much as it can, right? So if you're one of these young people who, this is very normal for a young person to say, well, like I couldn't do that. I couldn't make a difference. I've not really got anything to offer. That's what a lot of young people do. You sell yourselves short. You talk yourselves out of things because you're slightly afraid. Well, would I fit in? Would they accept me? The answer is yes, you would. Yes, they would accept you, because that's one of the things that they talked so proudly about their school, was they talked about how inclusive and supportive it was. And that's a strength, people, that we have to build on. So, back to the future leaders and tone setters that are sitting in front of us. Let's build on that strength. Let's make it even stronger. Let's get involved in these initiatives and other initiatives that you will think of, right? Because what you'll find here is a very supportive adult population if you come up with a good idea to help somebody, to help a group, to help a disadvantaged group, to do something, to create something new. You'll get the support. So circle right back to where I started in terms of participation. How many people here are in the junior school musical, Shrek, involved in some way? Cool. Okay, there's something that we've got to get involved in. How many people saw Mamma Mia? How many people saw Mr. Robson make a fool of himself in Mamma Mia? Yep. Okay. Yeah. So, again, a great achievement. And I was so privileged to get a little insight into how tight the cast was and how supportive they were as they came off from their scenes and into the wings and in their warm-up in the rehearsal room and so on. And for those of you out there who don't think you could ever go on the stage, don't believe that, right? I was a really shy kid. Here I am standing in front of you talking comfortably. I was a really shy kid. I blushed when somebody talked to me, right? And then when one of my favorite teachers challenged me to take a part in a play as the lead, guess what? Not just the lead, but the lead speaking French. I'd only been studying French for 3 years. So I said, no, I can't do that. He said, yes, you can. And I said, no, I can't. So we had a yes, you can, no, I can't conversation, which you all recognize. He won, I did it, and it was the beginning of a whole series of very fun dramas and plays and musicals that I took part in. And public speaking came very easily after that, because you get over that fear, right? So I urge you to get involved in musical. So I'm here to challenge you. So because I'm sort of fairly soon, and I stress this is metaphorically. Metaphorically, I'm fairly soon hopping onto my horse and riding out off into the sunset. I'm finishing. But I'm challenging you, so I can challenge you, and I'm really challenging you right now. I'm challenging you to get involved in things that you haven't got involved in before. One of the things that I'd love to see is some boys in the choir. There's a challenge. It's time for some boys in the choir, some male voices in the choir. We can do this. So when I come back to visit next year, I'm going to come a few times, obviously, but I will come when there's a situation where the choir is performing, and I will expect to see some males in that choir. We had Moro UN, we had Queen Mon just last week. How many people were involved in Queen Mon? Yep, there we go. Queen Mon, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Is it good? Yeah, thumbs up. It's a great activity. It's a really worthwhile activity where you learn, you grow in confidence, and so on. So I'm challenging you, to more of you, get involved in Queen Mon. Get involved in sports. Get involved in so many things that we offer here. Now, you can't get involved in everything. Well, you probably can, but that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm just asking you to get involved, because the strength, the real strength of a community, and people talk all the time about community, the real strength of a real community is participation. People get involved. They don't stand back, they don't stand apart, they get involved, and they help and support each other to get involved and to be involved. So like every challenge I've ever issued in my life, and I've issued a few, I'm going to check to see whether you've picked up my challenge or not. So I'll be checking, Mr. Monroe, to see if this lot have responded positively to the challenges. No, seriously, people, you'll get so much more from your school if you do get involved, if you do participate, and your school will get so much more from you. There we go. Keep up the good work. Thank you.